Welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is July 4th, 2025. Okay, so what I'm thinking about is just making this channel exclusively for sports picks and leaving the ritualistic murders alone for a while because this stuff is not really reaching a lot of people. And a lot of people are telling me that just to focus on the sports stuff. Um, I'm gonna try my best to do that, but it's hard for me not to cover some of the big time stories because a lot of people do find the work with those stories. But for the most part, I'm gonna focus more on the sports because, to be honest, most of the financial support does come from the sports. Nobody else cares. Nobody supports this channel. This channel doesn't even get a lot of views when big stories happen. And I know the censorship has a lot to do with that, but still, there's no excuse why people are not hitting the likes and sharing the videos. But it is what it is. Okay, so look, so tomorrow what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I don't know if I want to do that, but I was gonna say I was gonna watch because tomorrow the Yankees are playing the Mets, right, in the Subway Series. I was gonna play the game in the background like I always do, and give you guys some live decodes. But I'm not gonna. I don't know if I can do that because I do want to enjoy the day tomorrow. This game is at 3 o'clock. What I did do is on Patreon I already put out who I think is gonna win this game, and I put out a prop bet. Um, which pays a lot of money. But actually pays the parlay pays plus 300, so you can triple your money if both of the picks come through tomorrow. And yeah. Also, I've been telling people Patreon did something really different now. If you sign up using the app, it takes us $75. It takes us 75 days to get that money. So if you sign up today using the app on your phone, the Patreon app, I won't see that money until almost 2.5 months. So probably around September, October. I don't know why they did that, but that's their new rule. Anybody that signs up on the app, it takes us 75 days to receive the revenue. So if you're going to sign up for the Patreon, please try to use a desktop, a computer to do it. Or I think you can use your phone, but just don't use the app. So go to your Safari and sign up through Safari instead of using the Patreon app. Look at this, guys. Yesterday, the Vegas Aces, they had a 16 game winning streak over the Indiana Fever. And if you guys notice the score of 54-81, I mean, we talk about those numbers a lot because in Gematria, Kobe beating Brian Eagles 54 and 81. I don't know why would they pay tribute to Kobe Bryant in the WNBA game, but they pay tribute to Kobe in almost every league. So I'm guessing this was a tribute to Kobe beating Bryant because those are his numbers. His name equals 54 forwards, 81 in reverse. Of course, he scored 81 points on January 22nd, which is also Caitlin Clark's birthday. And remember who else scored 54 on January 22nd? It was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who just won the championship for the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Indiana Pacers. But the thing about this game, this was an easy one, and the funny part is the Indiana was big underdogs. They was 4.5 point underdogs. But this is what you call knowing the knowledge. You're able to capitalize on this stuff. I didn't put out this pick on Patreon, but I did make money off this because I did a live bet at halftime. And the beauty about live betting, and that's why I want to do more live decodes. Because I think we can make the most money while doing the live decodes, but it's hard for me to sit through a 3-hour game, especially with knowing that it's rigged. But this is what I noticed right away when I was doing the decode at halftime for this game. I looked up, I did see the 16 game win streak for Vegas, right? And I was like, okay, 16 has a very important connection to 33. And notice Las Vegas Aces equals 33. And when you write out 16 as a word, it also equals 33. So I said, you know what? I think, and they also had the lead. So in a way, I was kind of cheating because the score was already 46-24 at halftime. So they was already getting blown out. But I still saw the ritual. I mean, just because a team is up by a couple of points doesn't really mean they're gonna win. We know this stuff is rigged. They could come back at any point in the game. But when I saw the 16 connection, I'm like, okay, so they have a 16-point. I think the 16-game win streak is gonna end today. Well, the win streak is gonna end at 16 because 16 has a connection to 33, and that's a big number with the Las Vegas Aces. So what I did was I live betted it, and I took at minus 10, which was still risky. But luckily, they won by 27 points. And you know, it's funny. I was watching the fourth quarter of the game. They couldn't score. Once they got to 54 and 81, there was no more scoring. I'm like, look at that. They're either paying tribute to Kobe Bryant, or there's something else with these pair of numbers that I haven't noticed in sports. But look at this. So look, oh my God, look. So Kelsey Mitchell hit a 3-pointer. She scored the 81st point for the Indiana Fever, and that was with 3 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. Think about that. They didn't score for 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Everything else after that was a miss. All misses. Missed layups, missed jump shots, missed floaters, missed 16-footers, 27-foot three-pointers, missed. Everything was a miss. And then the game eventually ended 54-81. But they did it with 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's a long time for them to go scoreless. And that proves to you how rigged this stuff is. I mean, how often we see these numbers come up together, 54 and 81. Okay, so so the Patreon, I always leave a link in the comment section. This channel, I'm gonna dedicate it mostly to sports, because that's the only group of people, the only community within the community that supports this work. Nobody else does. They don't even support the videos. They don't even hit likes. They don't leave comments. You know, so if I don't get any support, how can I pay for my internet service? Like, I'm not gonna take out of my earnings from my job to do this work. I'm not gonna do that. You know, I use the earnings from the Patreon to pay for the internet service, to buy equipment, sometimes to travel places. I haven't done that in a while, but you know, that's what I want the support for. But if I'm not getting support, then I will only dedicate it to the people who are supporting, and that's the people who bet on sports. Okay, and people have been telling me to do that for a long time, and I said, you know what, I can't, because I do think that it's important to expose everything else that goes on. But man, it's really a tough business when people not even hitting the like on the video. Yesterday I did a live stream, and on the Diddy conviction, there was 25 people in the live stream. Like 25 people. I'm talking to 25 people right now. Why am I even doing this? All right, so yeah, so I have the outcome for this game, and I have one of the prop bets that pays plus 300. So if you want that, you have to sign up for the Patreon. I'm not giving out any stuff for free on YouTube. And just for the record, you're listening to a guy who, I mean, you guys saw the video that I did on the Super Bowl, right? We had the Eagles. We did change it, but we gave out the Eagles. Broke it down exactly what was going to happen, and it happened exactly how we said it in the video. We told you guys why the Thunder was going to win Game 7. We actually watched the whole game live. I mean, there's nobody else in this community that even does that. They won't give out a pick for free and then watch the game with you guys, and nobody else will do that. Nobody is bold enough to do that. People are scared to be wrong. People are not going to do that. Trust me. I mean, who else has done that? Nobody. Florida Panthers, we gave out the Florida Panthers before the series started between them and the Edmonton Oilers. Last year, it was a big 70 ritual. This year, they repeated it. So we've called the last 3 championships correct. And if you want to include the Dodgers, you guys saw I was at Yankee Stadium during Game 6. Actually, Game 5, excuse me. Yeah, it was Game 5. Was it Game 5? Yeah. Yeah, because Game 6 was on Fernando Valenzuela's birthday. That was the day of the parade. In Game 5, in the 5th inning, number 5, scored the 5th run for the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman. We called that before the game was played. I was at Yankee Stadium, guaranteeing that the Dodgers were going to win that day. In the birthplace of Vince Scully. So, I mean, how many people are going to watch a game with you guys and say, you know what, I like the Thunder? Before the game has even started, for free. So I've given out stuff for free. I've done a lot of things to put back in the community. Yeah, we don't get everything right, but we do get a lot of stuff right. And the thing about the Patreon, you don't even have to be on a sports better to support this channel. You can support this channel with $1. If you like the murder by number stuff, all the ritualistic stuff that happens in the news and we expose it, support the Patreon with $1 or $5. Buy my book. I put out a book like 3 years ago. I haven't checked how many sales it has, but let me see now. This book did not sell. It didn't sell what it was supposed to. Look, 224 sales. That might seem like a lot, but at the price that I priced it at $5, I made it real short and fast to read. Made it around 20 to 25 pages. I think it was like 20 pages long. Cause I'm like, people don't like to read, so let's make it 20 pages. Let's give them the basis of this knowledge. Priced it at $5, and out of the 10,000 plus people that follow this channel, only 224 people decided to support me with $5 to buy and bought the book. Amazing. This is what I mean. Like, there's no support at all. No support. I mean, what else can I do? And then people, the funny part is when we give out a sports pick for free, people say that if I ask for tips, I'm begging. Like, for example, it was this video here, right? This was 6 days ago. I did a live decode. We looked at the Seattle Mariners game. We spoke about how the Seattle Mariners was going to become 6-1. I think it was against the Texas Rangers that day. On the 6-date numerology, the score was 6-6. They ended up beating the Rangers on the road. When I started the live stream, the Mariners were plus 225 odds to win the game. And all people said was thank you in the comments. I'm like, thank you, that's it. Not a single tip, not a single super chat, nothing. And then when I ask for tips, people say, oh, you're begging. You're begging for money. No, you guys don't even know the definition of begging. Begging is asking for money and not giving them nothing back in return. That's begging. If I'm giving you knowledge and sports information that's making you money, because how many people, I mean, if you said thank you in the chat, that means you went into your sports book, placed a bet on the Mariners, won money. How is that begging? That's me giving you a service. If I didn't tell you this information, you would have never knew to put money down on the Mariners. I don't get it. These people, they don't even know the definition of begging. They think that because we do this for free on YouTube, that it should always be free. That we should do everything for free. Nothing in the world is free. Nothing is free. Electricity is not free. The internet service is not free. How can we do this? How can we put this knowledge out there for free? It's impossible. It's impossible. But yeah, for the most part, you guys are gonna hear about the sports victories, all the winning tickets after the fact. And if you're on the Patreon, you're gonna hear about it before the fact. All right. And yeah, I'm gonna cover very, very few ritualistic things in the news. There's no point. There's no point. 25 people watching. I'm making a live stream about Diddy, and there's 25 people watching. Meanwhile, there's hundreds of people in front of the courthouse pouring oil on themselves. Look at these people. These people, look at these people. They're pouring oil on themselves in front of the courtroom, in front of the court building. Look at this. These people really support Diddy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Baby oil. Look, she's having a free call right in front of the courthouse. Look at this. The guy's pouring oil on her, committing a federal offense according to the prosecutor in charge of the Diddy case. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. You guys really think it's worth waking these people up? These people, do you think these people deserve to be woken up? People ask me like, "Oh, why are you not in front of the courthouse, educating about the 54 ritual with Diddy and his conviction happening on 7/3?" I'm like, really? You want me to wake? You want me to stand in front of these people and wake them up? When I'm not even getting the support on YouTube. Imagine getting support from these people. You think these people want to purchase a $5 book and read about gematria? Like, what will make you come out of your house in underwears and want to do this? See, that's why these people laugh at us, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyways, back to business. Yankees, Mets. I'm trying to fish another one for you guys. Could get you guys a 3-game parlay. It's really hard. I looked through all the games, and the only two that make sense is it's the prop bet with the Yankees and Mets and the outcome, the winner. That's the only two that like, really make sense to me. Um, there are a lot of teams that can pick up. This is all surface stuff. There's a lot of teams that can pick up their 47th win on 4-7, 47th loss. Like the Marlins could pick up their 47th loss. But all that stuff is surface. That doesn't mean that's going to happen. Like the Royals, they don't have to stay on 47 losses on 4-7. That doesn't have to happen. The Giants don't have to stay on 47 wins. I like to look for deeper stuff that really is really very consistent is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and of course, if you read the notes on Patreon, what I wrote there is very consistent, especially on July 4th. That is a very consistent pattern, especially with these two teams. There's a reason they got these two teams playing on July 4th, right? So hopefully you guys support this channel more than those people support Diddy, because Diddy's getting more support, and he's probably not even in that building. He's probably on an island somewhere. I mean, what guarantees you that Diddy's even in that courtroom? I mean, those photos. You guys think those photos are real? You guys really think he's kneeling on his chair thanking God? You guys think these photos are real? I mean, these drawings, they're not even photos. These drawings. You guys think these drawings are real? Oh, Lord. Unbelievable. Anyways. Yeah, so after the game is over, we'll come back on YouTube, review it, and that's what this channel is going to be mostly dedicated to, the sports information. We're gonna be exposing the baseball. The football should be around next month, the preseason, but I won't start decoding football until September when the season starts, and that's where the real money is, the football. But the thing about football is only once a week, right? So twice a week if you add Thursdays. Mondays, 3 times a week. All right. So yeah, and okay. So what I was saying is, when I do have time, what I wanted to say was, if I do have more time during the week, I will be watching the game with you guys and give you guys the live decodes, just like I did with the Seattle Mariners. But it won't be on YouTube. Those days are over, because I don't want people claiming that I'm begging. All right. So no more freebies. All right, enjoy your July 4th, everybody. Please stay safe. Watch out for these kids with these firecrackers. Very dangerous day of the year. Please keep your windows closed and be careful because people like to shoot too. People like to fire bullets in the air on July 4th for some reason and celebrate their freedom. All right, you guys, take care. Peace.